Have you ever felt like finding a piece of clothing that perfectly fits your body is impossible? We've all been there. Whether you want to sew your dream outfit or shop online without the hassle of returns, a precise size chart is your best friend. Accurate measurements are the secret trick that makes your style look flawless. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to find your measurements in this chart like a pro and figure out your true size. Ready to discover your perfect size once and for all? Here's something cool you should know. People all over the world don't have the same size. Yep, that's right. Depending on the region, the climate, genetics, and even daily activities, sizes can vary a lot. Sometimes even two cities in the same country have slightly different sizing. The size chart I'm going to show you is an international one. It gives you a solid reference. And here's another fun fact. Not everyone fits neatly into a single size. Some people are 2 sizes, 3 sizes, or even 4 sizes at the same time. That's totally normal, and we'll see exactly how to handle that so you can find the perfect fit. Step 1. It's best to wear a black top and leggings that fit your body snugly and feel comfortable. Now take a white measuring tape with a stitched button at the start and wrap it around your waist, right at the narrowest part of your body, usually about 2 centimeters above your belly button. Just like in the picture. Super simple and easy. Next, take a close look at the size chart I'm showing you. Check each body measurement carefully and find the number that's closest to your own. Then write it down in your personal measurement chart. It's really simple. The chart includes both centimeters and inches, which makes it especially helpful for beginners. Just one important thing. If your actual body measurement falls into a smaller or larger size, make sure you clearly note which size that number belongs to. For example, if your hips fall under size L in the chart, but your bust falls under size M, that means you're 2 different sizes so far, and that's completely normal. All right, let's begin. From neck to shoulder, this measurement tells us the distance from the base of the neck, right where the neck meets the shoulder, to the very end of the shoulder, where the sleeve begins. It's a small measurement, but it plays a big role in getting a perfect shoulder fit. Front bodice length. This measurement starts from the shoulder point right next to the neck, not the middle of the shoulder. The tape measure must pass over the fullest part of the bust and go straight down to the front waistline, where we've tied the elastic around the waist. Make sure you take this measurement exactly this way, from the side of the neck, over the shoulder, over the bust, and straight down to the front waist. If the tape doesn't pass over the bust, the measurement is incorrect. This measurement is extremely important when drafting bodice patterns, especially for women's garments, and it has a huge impact on how well the final garment fits and looks. Let's move on to the back torso length. This is the distance from the base of your neck down to your waistline at the back. Basically, it shows your back torso height. When you get this measurement right, your tops and dresses will fit your body so much better. No pulling, no bunching, just a smooth, perfect fit. In sewing and pattern making, the shoulder slope is the angle that your shoulder line makes with the horizontal or the neckline. This slope is different for everyone and has a big impact on how your garment sits on your body. The numbers in the chart are for a body with normal posture and natural shoulder alignment. If your shoulders are sloped more or sit higher, you might need to add or subtract 0.5 to 1 centimeter from the slope. Neck circumference. This measurement is the full distance around the base of your neck, the spot where your garment's neckline sits. Getting this right ensures your collar fits comfortably without being too tight or too loose. Front shoulder width plus 1 centimeter ease. This measurement is the distance between the 2 points where the sleeve attaches to the front of the body. It plays a very important role in designing the front bodice, the armhole, and the bust placement. Adding 1 centimeter of ease ensures your top is comfortable and moves naturally with your body. Back shoulder width plus 1 centimeter ease. This measurement is the distance between the 2 points where the sleeve attaches to the back of the body. It's super important. If it's not measured correctly, one of the main reasons you won't be able to move your arms forward freely could be the fit of your garment. Front shoulder width. This measurement is the distance between your 2 front shoulder points, from the right shoulder to the left shoulder. It's super important in sewing because it affects how your garment fits across your chest and shoulders. Back shoulder width. This measurement is the distance between the two back shoulder points, from your right shoulder to your left shoulder across the back. It's a very important measurement in sewing because it affects how your garment sits across your upper back and how comfortably you can move your arms. Armhole depth. This is the distance from the point where the shoulder meets the neck down to roughly the level of the back bust, usually just below the shoulder blade. Getting this measurement right is super important for designing a properly fitting armhole, so your sleeves sit comfortably and move naturally with your body. Bust height. This measurement is taken from the shoulder point next to the neck, down to the bust line, the nipple level. It's a key measurement for placing bust darts, positioning princess seams, and keeping the garment balanced. Getting this right makes your top or dress fit beautifully. Bust point distance. This is measured horizontally from one bust point, nipple, to the other. It's one of the most important measurements for creating an accurate bodice pattern, especially when placing bust darts and shaping seams. Getting this right ensures your garment fits perfectly across the chest. Bust circumference. This measurement is one of the key foundations when drafting a bodice pattern. We're measuring the actual body here, no ease added yet. Think of it as the true base measurement. Make sure the tape measure passes exactly over the fullest part of the bust. Not above it, not below it, right at the fullest point. Getting this right makes everything else in your pattern fall into place. This is one of the most important measurements when drafting a lower body pattern. Just like the bust measurement, we're taking the real body measurement here. No ease added. Not too tight, not too loose, just natural and accurate. The tape measure must pass exactly over the fullest part of the hips, not higher, not lower, right at the widest point. When this measurement is correct, your skirt hangs better, your pants fit smoother, and the garment moves naturally with the body. Waist circumference. Now this measurement is taken at the narrowest part of your body, usually about 2 centimeters above the belly button. Sometimes if someone has a fuller tummy, finding this point might feel a little confusing. But don't worry, it's actually simple. Just focus on the deepest curve of your waist, that natural inward shape of your body. That's exactly where you measure. Keep the tape comfortably snug, not tight, not loose. Relax your body, stand naturally, and take the measurement. Easy, right? Once you get this right, your patterns will fit so much better. Hip height is the distance from your natural waistline down to the fullest part of your hips. It might sound like a small detail, but in pattern making, this measurement changes everything. To measure it, first find your natural waist, that narrowest part of your torso. Then measure straight down to the highest, fullest point of your hip curve. Stand naturally. Don't tilt your hips. Don't hold your breath. Let your body relax. We're drafting for real life, not a statue. This measurement is extremely important when drafting skirts, pants, or coats. If the hip line is placed too high or too low, the garment won't sit properly. So take your time, measure carefully, because correct structure always starts with correct measurements. Blouse length is measured from the highest point of your shoulder, right where the shoulder starts at the neck, down to usually the hip line, and it should always pass over the fullest part of the bust. Stand naturally with your shoulders relaxed. Place the measuring tape straight down, following the contour of your body. No stretching, no slouching, just your natural posture. For the armhole, place the measuring tape snugly around the fullest part of your upper arm. Not too tight and not too loose. You should be able to move your arm comfortably. Stand naturally, relax your shoulders, and let your arm hang at your side. Wrap the tape around your arm, following its natural curve. This measurement is essential for sleeves that fit perfectly. If you measure correctly, your sleeves will sit as if they were made just for you. Wrist circumference. The wrist circumference is super important for designing the sleeve cuff on tops, blouses, shirts, or coats. Place the measuring tape around your wrist, snug but not tight. You want it to fit comfortably. This simple measurement ensures your sleeve ends sit perfectly, not too loose and not too tight, giving your garment a polished look. Take your time and measure carefully. A well-measured wrist makes a big difference in the final fit. Front neck drop. For a standard stand-up collar, the front neck drop is the depth of the neckline at the front, how far down the collar goes from the base of your neck. For a standard stand-up collar, this measurement is key. Too deep, and the collar won't sit properly. Too shallow, and it might feel tight or uncomfortable. Measure carefully from the base of your neck straight down to where you want the front of the collar to end. This little detail makes a big difference in how your collar looks and feels. Back neck drop for a standard collar. The back neck drop is the depth of the neckline at the back, how far the collar dips from the base of your neck. For a standard collar, this measurement is subtle but super important. Too deep, and the collar won't sit properly on your shoulders. Too shallow, and it might feel tight or uncomfortable. Measure carefully from the base of your neck straight down to where you want the back of the collar to end. Getting this right ensures your collar looks balanced and feels comfortable all day. Classic V-neck depth. The V-neck depth is the measurement that determines how low the front of your V-neck collar sits. For a classic V-neck, this is a standard, comfortable depth. But if you're designing a very open or deep V, like for an evening gown or a summer dress, you might want to make it a bit longer. It really depends on the style you want and how revealing you want the neckline to be. Take your time and decide the depth that looks best for your design. This little measurement can completely change the vibe of your garment. Standard fist circumference. The standard fist circumference is measured so the hand can comfortably pass through the sleeve, especially in garments without buttons or zippers. This measurement is very important when designing sleeve cuffs for blouses, tunics, coats, or stretch garments. It ensures the hand can slide through easily while the cuff still looks neat and well-fitted once worn. Getting this right means your sleeve won't feel restrictive when putting the garment on, and that's the kind of detail that separates amateur sewing from professional finishing. Standard sleeve length to elbow. This measurement is ideal for designing sleeves that reach the elbow. It ensures the sleeve fits comfortably and falls in the right place, giving a polished and balanced look. Great! Now that you have your size chart, you can draft your basic bodice and sleeve pattern using your own measurements. All you need to do is replace the numbers in the video with your own body measurements. I'm sharing the basic pattern tutorial video here. These two videos go hand in hand. Save it so you don't lose it, and I hope you make some beautiful clothes for yourself. One important tip: always double-check your body measurements before starting your pattern.